Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another episode review. Today we're looking at ReZero episode 8. So, after the giant amount of stuff that happened last episode, once again Suburu is back in charge, and we have Suburu now once again re-waking up on the beginning of his trip in the mansion. And this episode is very tame in terms of what happens. Really, what we get here is more information overload. We don't really get a lot of what happened last week, so it kind of feels a little too tame at points, but it's a little bit better than having the overwhelming amount of stuff that happened last week. So, to a way, it's needed. So, we have Subaru redoing the whole thing. He's going through all the day again of trying to make sure that he will now make sure that everyone likes him in the group, rather than anyone getting kind of suspicious of him or weirded out by him. He wants the maid in particular, both of the maids, Rem and Rin, to actually adore him, not be afraid of him or think he's suspicious and all that, so he's working extra hard. And we also learn a little bit more about magic from our little cute Puck over here, who tells everyone, how magic works and stuff like that. He tells Suburu that there are like 4 different elements, but there are 2 other elements, that Suburu belongs to the shadow element, that it's more like debuff, and here's Subaru's face when he finds out he's part of the shadow elements. What's creepy though is that when Subaru is shown what shadow magic can do, something very weird happens where he sees like a weird realm, and he sees like someone almost like smiling maniacally after him, or horribly after. I'm not even gonna try to say the word. I just tried to say it was terrible. But yeah, it's creepy. So clearly something is going on that definitely is going behind the scenes, and he's able to see it. But they don't really focus on that. It's more of a passing thing, and that's just the creepy moment of the whole episode. Now, when he tries to learn magic himself, it does not work very well. He is actually expending his whole magic overload. He just destroys all of his mana essentially one shot, but he lives through it. He just gets really sick from it. Now, what we learned from the little miniature witch girl, what I keep forgetting her name, it's like Byako or something. I always forget for the life of me. I don't know why. But we learn about the jealous witch Satella, and how she apparently is a 9-dying creature. She is supposedly human, but no one really knows per se. She's a silver-haired witch. And we learn also why Amelia actually used her name. More so, it's a kind of a threat in a way of, yeah, if you're not afraid to die, you'll say that name, and you use it like all happenstance. And so she used it to be like more so, I think, kind of weary of Subaru when she first met him in the original arc, the very first time he was in there in the world and when he first met her. But from then she didn't use it because she trusted him and actually used her real name. Now Subaru has been working super hard, and he actually starts getting sick, and he's getting worked up, and Amelia can feel it, and there's several scenes that focus on her seeing Subaru basically getting his knees end. He can't work any harder. He's working so hard, he's getting sick from it. And what actually ends up happening is she ends up taking care of him, because at one point he jokes about a lap pillow, and she actually does that for him, and she's consoling him, telling him everything's gonna be alright, asking what's wrong. He can't explain it, of course, to her, but he tries his best to explain, that he's really just worn out. He finally collapses after crying for several minutes, and he goes to sleep for the rest of the episode. Well, for the rest of like the day, I should say, not the episode. That'd be kind of funny if he actually slept for the whole episode. Anyways, we learn one other thing that kind of leads Subaru to a realization. We learned that apparently he might have been cursed in the village, and so he wants to figure out what happens in the village. So he actually asks Rem and Rim if he can go to the village, and ironically, she says they're going to go to the village, but she also says she wants to go with him, which is different because he's only gone with the blue-haired maid, not with the red-haired maid. So that's interesting. That's going to be a whole different story right there. And she seems really happy. Like, I think she actually likes Subaru a lot more than she used to like him before. But anyways, it wasn't a very eventful episode. I mean, not a lot happened per se, but enough happened that you now get some more solid evidence on what might be happening, what Subaru's next plan of attack is, and some stuff that's going on. We learned a little bit more of the backstory. We learned a little bit more about the world setting with magic and stuff like that. But it was a nice tame episode. I think we needed that for, the love of God. I think after last episode of everyone basically going after Subaru's collapse, etc., we needed a nice tame episode to relax on. Anyways, guys and girls, that's it for today's review. I hope you like it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, the whole nine. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.